Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of HMF Live. My name is Tanya, host of the show and founder of Hustle to Muscle Fitness. And apparently, congrats, this is my 100th broadcast. Very cool. So, thanks for being here tonight and thanks for watching, whether it's live or later on. Tonight is a very timely topic. Going to be talking about why we get sick or why we tend to get sick when we are about to go on vacation or when we take time off from work. Or the reason that this is timely is because right now, pretty much all of the local schools here are on spring break. And I used to work in public schools, and so I have a lot of friends, former colleagues, and many of them I've seen posting on Facebook about, oh, we're about to start break. Oh no, please don't let me get sick. Or, oh no, I feel a cold coming on or whatever. And so I thought, you know what, this is very timely. And I know that happened to me several times when I worked in the schools too. And it wasn't just because we were around all of the germ-infested kids. And so I wanted to take some time to talk about that tonight since we are in spring break. And hopefully some of my friends and colleagues will watch this video and maybe learn why they might get sick. And I have some friends who it's guaranteed pretty much every single break, whether it's the first part of summer vacation, Christmas vacation, spring break, they're going to be sick for at least a few days of that break. Some of them, unfortunately, for the whole week, and they get better just in time to go back to work. So also stay tuned to the end because I'm going to make a special announcement about some upcoming events that I think will be of great interest, I hope, to many of you. And so just stay tuned to the end and I'll make those announcements here in a little while. So, all right, let's get into this though. So this may be even, you find yourself in the same category where you're about to go on vacation or you're rushing around to get stuff done before you go on break or take time off from work. And then you feel that little, for me, feel that little tingle in the back of your throat where you're like, oh no, it's a sore throat. Or you get the headache or the stuffiness or whatever. So psychologists actually have started calling it the leisure sickness because you're about to take leisure time or you're on leisure time, you're on vacation, and you come down with a cold or flu or whatever. And really the phenomenon is that you're, leading up to your vacation, your time off from work or whatever, you're really just pushing to get things done at work. You might be under deadlines. You might have big projects that you need to take care of before you are out of the office or whatever it is. Or, in your classroom, maybe you've got tests that you're giving the kids that you want to have done, or maybe you want to have corrected before you go off to break or whatever. So it's go, 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 go. And it's an increased amount of stress, probably more stress than normal. You're working longer hours maybe to try and get projects done, to try and get papers graded, or, whatever the case might be, or even in the case of like college students. A lot of times they get sick right at break because it's finals week right before, and so they're cramming. A lot of sleepless nights. So you're working longer hours, you're studying longer hours, and you're not getting nearly as much sleep. You're not getting as good a sleep because you're probably living on caffeine too, and not really the greatest diet. And so what happens is this kind of causes our immune system to really rev up and go into overdrive because it's almost, it's like it knows like, okay, we have a lot of stuff going on. We got deadlines, projects. We cannot get sick right now. So we are going to basically call in the backup troops to make sure that we are well taken care of. And so when you finally do go on break, your immune system backs down probably to more of its normal state. And then this also sort of allows for colds and things like that to sort of start coming on, to start following. And so one thought is that stress causes a release of corticosteroids. I've got my notes here to make sure I get these the language right. So our stress causes a release of corticosteroids during high stress peaks. But that may also lower that delay. Sorry, I can't even read my own handwriting. This may also lower or delay our resistance and response to illness. So like cold, especially if you're working in a school or you're, in college, things like anywhere where people tend to just have a lot of germs. For whatever reason, kids are just always sick. And so having these corticosteroids up during stress peaks can also delay its response time to illness. So after, you kind of survive the point that you need to get through, when you finally let go, it's kind of like, or get, have your downtime. It's sort of like your immune system lets its guard down essentially. And so that's kind of what ends up causing your body to just, okay, pretty much it's kind of a free-for-all. Chronic stress also, depending on the type of job that you do, or even the type of person that you are. Some people just constantly operate in this level of stress because of work, because of family drama, because they're just that type of person. I know some people who seek out drama. I don't know why, but they seek out drama. It causes them more stress. And so people who also kind of live and exist under chronic stress, it leaves us more vulnerable to viruses. And this is according to Dr. Ronald Eccles from Cardiff University. And so if you are one of those types of people who either you have a very stressful job like sales, or maybe like working in a doctor's office, doctor, ER, those sorts of things, you're just constantly under stress, high management, executives, that sort of thing, that actually can leave you more vulnerable to viruses. And then you might either be sick more often, or the illness might linger. And that's also another sign of your immune system struggling, is not that you're getting sick a lot, but when you do get sick, it lasts for a really long time because your body doesn't have the strength, your immune system doesn't have the strength to fight it off in a pretty quick manner. So like for me, for instance, I rarely get sick. Sometimes when I do, it's really bad, like cold, or might be like I've had sinus infection, stuff like that. But my body is pretty good at, keeping it within about a week, usually at the most, a few days if it's just a cold. So that's another sign. Sleep deprivation. This is a big one because I know when people have deadlines, projects, finals, right before spring break, things like that, I know that people tend to not sleep as much because they're trying to get more time to work on homework, to finish projects, to grade papers, whatever it is, and they sleep a lot less, and they don't get very sound sleep. And sleep deprivation actually reduces the number of T cells and monocytes, which are basically two of your main defenses against the bad germs, against the germs and viruses that are going to get you sick. So if you are already stressed, your cortisol levels are up, you're not sleeping, so now your defense mechanism is weakened because you're not getting the sleep, because a lot of things happen when you're asleep. It's a detoxification, it's a strength, immune system strength boost. And so when you aren't sleeping, you're just kind of killing it left and right in your chances of staying healthy. A lot of times people are dehydrated because they're living on caffeine. So it might be like a coffee drip, Red Bulls, energy drinks, sodas, all that kind of stuff. And when you do that, you're dehydrating your body even more, because really when you drink caffeine, you need to replace it. You almost need to double up on the water intake. And so when you're only living on caffeine, you're not getting enough water. Dehydration can also lead to illness. A lot of people who are about to go on vacations, like if you're going to, let's say, like a tropical, like a beach type vacation. I know a lot of people are in Hawaii right now, or going to like Florida or wherever. They tend to want to do like these, I gotta look good on the beach kind of diet, like crash diets, and not very healthy ones. And so the low calorie crash diet can also leave your body depleted and wanting to, or susceptible to sickness, because you're not getting all the nutrients that you need, and you're not even getting the basic energy your body needs just for basic functioning. Another thing that can also leave you prone to sickness right before break is because you're under stress. When your cortisol levels go up for whatever reason, and there's a lot more science to it than I want to go into right now, or that I have offhand, but that also then wants us, it creates in our body this like wanting to eat lots of carbs and sugar and all these kinds of things. Well, overeating too much sugar can also leave our immune system weakened. During sleep, certain proteins, back to the sleep topic, during sleep, certain proteins called cytokines, and I'm sorry if I'm not saying that correctly, are released during sleep, and that's to help, one, to promote a better sleep, but also to fight infections, or also they are released when we are under high peaks of stress. So you are basically suppressing your immune system function when you're not sleeping. So now I'm going to go into, that's kind of what sort of happens when we have these high peaks of stress right before we go on vacation, why we're always getting sick. But now I want to give you some tips to help you maybe combat that and maybe prevent that for your next break. Or if you're on break right now and you're sick, some of these tips might also help you recover a little faster. So number one, not going to be a surprise, sleep. You need more sleep. And there's just no way around it. You know, if you're trying to cram more stuff in, more, you know, utilize more time, then really what you need to do is you need to be better prioritized and organized with your time. And I know that some of you might be saying, like, what are you talking about? This is crazy. Well, I know that some of you might be studying for finals, or you might have, you know, tests and projects to grade, but I see you scrolling and posting on Facebook. Probably shouldn't do some of that. You might have to take a break from that kind of stuff to get the more important things done, so it isn't such a stressful time and you're organized and you're on top of it. So make sure that sleep is, if nothing else, while you have such a busy, stressful time, sleep has got to be a priority, because it's going to help you not only perform better because you are well rested, your mind is alert, but it's also going to keep your body and your immune system as strong as it can be. This is another big one that I see a lot of people do. Don't skip meals. I know it's sometimes easy to just say, oh, time just got away from me. But if you find that you are constantly sick, or chronically stressed or chronically sick, you are probably doing one of these things that I've talked about, or if not a combination of them. You need to make sure that you are not skipping meals. You need to keep your body fueled and give it the energy it needs to keep your immune system up. Now, when you do skip meals, it also decreases the strength of your immune system. So that's the other reason why it's important not to skip meals, because here's the other thing that you want to also avoid. You want to avoid high blood sugar spikes. So what happens is, if you are one of the people that skips meals, when you finally do eat, you're probably pretty starving and you just inhale everything that's in front of you, or you overeat. And a lot of times you end up overeating on the convenient foods, I call them, which are basically your junk foods, sugar, fast foods. I mean, all the stuff that is going to cause major blood spikes. One, because either you didn't eat and then you ate way too much when you finally did because you were so hungry, or two, you just overeat too much sugar. And sugar really, when you talk about like white table sugars and those sorts of things, high fructose corn syrups, they really have no positive effects to your nutrition. They're really just all negative. So staying away from overconsumption of sugar is going to definitely help you also keep on the healthier side. Another tip is vitamin D. You might need a vitamin D boost. So if you are fortunate enough to live in an area that gets a lot of sun, you don't just spend, even just like 10 minutes a day. Spend some time outside just soaking in some of that natural vitamin D. And if you also go to the doctor and have them run vitamin D tests and you find that you're low, you can also supplement with vitamin D, because that is a key building block to your immune system. So vitamin D supplementation. Also, this is not going to be a shock that I'm going to suggest this, because it's kind of what I do, but exercise. Exercise has more than just, keeping you healthy and active, but exercise actually has some benefits and chemical reaction, hormone reaction in your body that helps your immune system. So it causes changes in your antibodies, which are your white blood cells, for the positive, to help strengthen your immune system. Exercise also helps to flush out bacteria from your lungs and your airways. So if there are things kind of going on in your body that maybe you're not aware of yet, exercise can help you combat some of those things by breathing it out. And not only this is a side note, by the way, and I might do an episode on this here in the future, but if you are working out at a certain metabolic rate, like getting your heart rate up, cardio, strength training, that sort of thing, you actually do the most fat loss through your breath, through breathing. So that's why it's important to work out. If you're thinking that it's from sweating, you're wrong. Most of your fat loss actually comes out. It's oxygenated through the breath. And like I said, I will do an episode on this somewhere down the line, but that's just a side note. So exercise has lots of benefits. If you're worried about losing fat, definitely exercise. But if you're worried about being sick and having a healthy immune system, work out. And then finally, hydration. Water is the source of life. Water is so important because not only is it because our bodies are made up of like 60% water, but water just helps our organs function. It helps our joints function. It helps our tissues, our cells, everything. The better hydrated we are, the better our bodies can do what they are naturally made to do. So those are your tips to help you stay healthy and try to prevent getting ill right before you're going to take a break, or take time off, or go on vacation. So sleep, don't skip meals, avoid high blood sugar spikes, vitamin D, exercise, and hydration. So that's like 6 tips right there that you can easily start to do to make sure that you are trying to stay healthy. And then you can actually enjoy your break and get stuff done, hanging out with friends, family, you know, spring cleaning, whatever it is that you want to do. Or if you're traveling, actually staying healthy while you travel. No one likes to be sick in a hotel room. I've been there before. It blows. So start implementing some of these tips and start feeling better. So that's why we get sick. Those are tips to help you combat that. Hopefully you can start implementing some of these and start seeing the difference. Now, here are we're almost out of time. Yeah, so I want to make sure I got to these 2 announcements. So one, for those of you that are in the Yakima Valley, this Saturday, April 8th in Sunnyside at the Best Western, a couple of us coaches are hosting a Super Saturday event. It's from 9 to noon, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to have some big announcements from Beachbody. We're also going to be talking a little bit about deciding, committing, succeeding, kind of talking a little bit about that sort of training, leadership development. We're also going to be focusing or spotlighting a local charity, the Union Gospel Mission here in Yakima. And so we're taking in donations to take to them. And then also every item you donate is going to then give you a raffle entry into prizes that we'll be giving away. It's themed. We're going to be doing our best hip hop / size kind of theme. So think 80s, 90s hip hop style. And then we'll be ending the day or the morning with a group workout. We'll be doing a size workout. It's going to be a ton of fun. We'll have a Shakeology bar, treats, meet new people, give away prizes, do some celebrating and recognition. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're a coach, it's only $8. That basically helps us pay for the room that we rented at the hotel. And if you are not a coach, it's free. So you get to come, hang out, get some treats, maybe win some prizes, and have a fun workout and have a fun morning. So can't get much better than that. So I hope you'll come to that. The other thing, and this one I'm really excited for because it's the first time I've ever offered this. So I want to say April 17th. It's a Monday. Yes, April 17th. So as you all know, every month I try to offer like a 5-day or 7-day challenge. It might be a stepping challenge. It might be a clean eating challenge, squat challenge. I've done all kinds of different ones. This time, now that we're in the new house, I wanted to do this one because of the neighborhood that we're in. So for the first time ever, I'm going to actually be offering a 7-day challenge specifically for you dog owners. Fellow dog owners, I might add. So this challenge is the 7-day Ready Pet Go challenge. So it's basically a walk your dog challenge. Every day, you know, we're going to try the goal is to get you to be more active, getting in more steps, walking every day. But the secondary goal is for you to also get outside, enjoy the spring weather, get outside with your pet, with your dog, and go on walks. Take your dogs on walks because it's good for them. It's good for you. It's also good to be outside in nature. It's called earthing. It actually is a thing. And so in this challenge, I will be giving some human-friendly recipes, healthy recipes, but I will also be giving you some pet-friendly healthy recipes as well, ones that I actually give my dogs. And so I am super excited about this challenge. So the requirement, though, it is free to join, but the requirement is you have to have a dog. I'm sorry to those of you who don't have pets. This one, it sounds bad, but this one's not for you. I do plenty of challenges where it didn't matter if you had a pet. This one, I'm actually going after fellow dog owners. Because I want you to get out there with your pets. Some of you probably already are, but I know for me, where I lived before, it was hard to get them out to walk. I let them run around our yard, but walking out in the country between crazy hop truck drivers and stickers every 3 inches, it was impossible. So now that we're in places that have paved paths and stuff like that, I'm excited. So It's the Ready Pet Go Challenge, 7 days, and it starts April 17th. So if you want in, you can comment below or send me a message and I will get you the details. I'm going to be creating the event page for that here very soon, and I'm super excited. So those are the two big announcements I wanted to end this call or this show with. And I hope to see you at Super Saturday or in the Ready Pet Go Challenge. So share the word, share the love, and if you know people who get sick a lot, share this video and tag them in the comments, because the more that we can get people out there feeling better, I think the better we'll all be in our happy little communities, because we feel good and we're happy. So, all right, you guys have an awesome night, an awesome week, and I will see you again tomorrow night for another moment of daily gratitude. No daily gratitude tonight since I did this video, but I'll see you tomorrow night for more thankfulness, and I hope that you'll join me. So have a great evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.